live from Studio 6B on a Monday night, 8 p.m. on the East Coast. Brand new week getting started. Glad you're in. Rick Delgado's here. He's going to do the news. KDJ feels like a Friday, but it ain't a Friday. It's a Monday. KDJ is here. Paul's still off in Florida. He'll be back on Wednesday. Vinny Mac will be back tomorrow night. Slick will be here to do sports here in a second. KDJ sitting in on a Monday. Rick Delgado's going to do the news. Mr. Delgado, how are you?
I am good.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was busy and trying, but I powered through, and so much so I took today off from my other job.
Really?
Yeah.
And what did you do, hence on your day off this morning?
On my day off, I slept in. Normally, I'm up at 4 a.m. to go to
I know
work.
what you were doing between 9 and 11.
Do you?
Of course I do.
And then I snuck in to a studio near me where one Kevin Downey Jr. was crushing the commies and pounding the pedos.
I prefer punishing the pedo.
Punishing. Okay, yeah. Pounding sounds a little weird.
So you took the day off from work to join Kevin on his show.
No, I didn't do that. I took the day off, and then I just happened to do a show, David.
No, you took the day off to do Kevin's show.
No, I did not do that.
Oh, okay.
I had a legitimate reason not to be at work.
Oh. What was that?
I had a show to do.
There we go. Let's get right down to it. Very good. Yes, I got many messages that said Rick Delgado was on the Kevin Downey Jr. show between 9 and 11. I did not. Unfortunately, I got them all after 11. So I didn't get to hear any of it. KDJ, how is Rick Delgado as a guest? Is he better? Well, it's got to be better than he is here, right?
He's amazing. The listeners go crazy every time he's on. They love when he's on. People were texting my show to say, hey, Rick, what about this? They're sending a text directly to Mr. Delgado.
Yes, Damon, they even brought up the dolphin story.
Robot dolphins.
The robot dolphins.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Because they wanted to know what was going on with the robot dolphins. I told them what I thought. It was my theory.
Have you heard from the station? You still have a show after this morning?
There is this new dolphin edict that came out. I haven't really read the email yet.
Good. Very good. Well, that's good. I'm glad it went well. KDJ, you can hear every morning, 9 to 11 weekdays. LI News Radio 103.9, where you can hear us Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 to 10. Hope you had a good weekend, everybody. Glad you're in. Like I said, Slick will be here. Slick is here. He's making coffee. He's going to do sports. Delgado will do some news. KDJ will do some news as well. What caught your did you pay any attention to news this weekend?
Of course.
You did?
Of course, yes, of course. Believe it or not, I caught some of that Leslie Stahl stuff that was going on yesterday. Oh my goodness, she is a.
Now, do you think maybe it's just that they didn't have any food?
Yeah, she's terrible. She really is the embodiment of a human turd.
Well, this is why
really is.
This is why I always say I watch these Sunday shows so you don't have to, because most of you I know have standards. So, but I watched a little bit of them too, and I didn't see anything as repulsive as her. How could you? But I did see. I saw James Lankford on CNN. And he's just another one of the Republicans. Did you pull this clip, Aaron? I put it in the box. James Lankford on CNN. All right, if you can, do it. Just another one of the Republicans who you just shake your head at sometimes. And you just wonder how these people get elected. We've talked about a lot of them in the last couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. James Lankford, Roger Wicker. All of them. As I see a headline in Just the News, John Solomon's great reporting, that the Trump administration is pretty much putting a bow on Signalgate, and they're closing their internal investigation and moving on. Which exactly next, we're moving on. We don't need any lectures from any of you on the left, any of you Mark Milley supporters, any of you, the guy who ran that outfit over there, supporters for 4 years. We don't need any lectures from any of you. Okay, somebody made a mistake, fine, we're moving on. Right. And that's what it is.
The guy owned up to the mistake. He took responsibility. The boss said, all right, that's all I need. I'm good.
But you have these Republicans who continue to show that they have no idea what time it is. they're just lost. Well, not even lost. They're just pathetic as they continue to try to help them. We went over the article in The Hill last week. Remember that one? There's these Democrats running around talking to The Hill and talking to Politico so they can write their little stories about Trump insiders, and Trump and White House insiders, and this, that, and the other thing. And then you go, well, who? Well, there's no names. We have no idea who they're talking about because they don't know who they're talking about. They're just saying things. And then you get James Langford and people of his ilk, Roger Wicker, people of his ilk, that go on these shows to help Democrats. And he goes on CNN with Dana Bash on State of the Union to talk about legitimizing Democrats' efforts to make this more than it is. And sits there and feeds right into Dana Bash's questions. And here's a little bit of that. Roll that, Aaron.
The Senate Armed Services Committee Chair, Roger Wicker, he said the incident, quote, raises questions as to the use of unclassified networks to discuss sensitive and classified information. He wants the Pentagon Inspector General to investigate. Do you also want an independent investigation into how all of this happened?
Yeah, it's entirely appropriate for the Inspector General to be able to look at it.
So right off the bat, it's entirely appropriate. It's entirely appropriate. This guy, entirely appropriate. Really? Go ahead.
We already know how it happened. They already explained it. What do you need an investigation for? Somebody said, hey, we got to do a meeting about this, what's going on. Get so-and-so, get all these people on the call, and let's do this. All right, what's approved? What do we use? Oh, I'll take care of it. Hands it off to a staffer. The staffer says, I'll take care of it. Gets everybody on there. Probably slides on somebody who wasn't supposed to be on there on purpose. And these guys have what they think is a conversation that they believe is only them and free from the demonic press, right? So they are free. You know, when you're having a conversation with people and, you're expecting to speak freely, right? If you're talking about stuff like this, attacks or something like this, whatever they're talking about, you would expect a level of freedom to discuss certain details because that's why it's only you people. It's only this select group that is talking about this. The fact that somebody, again, underhandedly slid this guy in under the initials JG, nobody will catch the name. That's what happened. Now, the real investigation is who did it. We know it wasn't Hegseth. He was one added to the call, so it wasn't him. So they keep coming after Hegseth because, well, he's the one they're most afraid of right now.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing, though. Do you ever remember? Ever. Well, first of all, Democrats don't try to scandalize. This doesn't happen the opposite way. You can leave that, Aaron, because we're going to go back to it. This doesn't happen the other way.
Right.
You never see a Democrat ever go on a show and try to carry water for the Republicans, ever, in any situation. Yet you can find Republicans who will do it all the time the other way. We'll go on these shows and effectively try to carry water for the Democrats trying to scandalize something that's not a scandal. You never see it the other way.
Right.
Because they never step out of line on anything, obviously, when it was Pelosi or anybody else. But this guy in particular, a guy who spearheaded that horrendous border bill, remember that?
Yep.
Trying to carry water for the Democrats and trying to get along with Dana Bash on CNN. So let's pick it up where it's a totally appropriate, and here's what the rest of it sounded like.
Two questions. One is, obviously, how did a reporter get into this thread in the conversation? And the second part of the conversation is, when individuals from the administration are not sitting at their desk in a classified setting on a classified computer, how do they communicate to each other? Currently, it's through encrypted apps is how that communication happens. The next question is that the right way to be able to do it?
You said it's appropriate for the Inspector General to look at it. Are you calling on the Inspector General to do so? Because we don't believe that's happened yet.
I do believe that Roger Wicker has actually called on that Jack Reed and Roger Wicker together have gone back and said, hey, we need to have the Inspector General be able to take a look at this to be able to examine that. I do. I think it's entirely appropriate. Again, there's two questions. One is, how did a reporter get in this conversation? And the second one is, how do members of the administration talk to each other when they're on the road on things that are clearly timely? The launch of an American strike on the Houthis is a timely issue. They can't all go to their desk, sit in a skiff to be able to have that dialogue. Where and how do they have that dialogue? What's the most secure way to do it?
Yeah. Sean Fleetwood today over at The Federalist says, what's amazing about this moment and this guy and that answer is his willingness to just capitulate before one of the worst media propagandists, that being Dana Bash, that's in the business. And he says, again, no Democrat senator you would ever find would be caught dead calling for some kind of investigation into, let's say, Nancy Pelosi or someone overseeing any of these committees when they were in charge, ever. Most of them never batted even an eye when the guy who runs that outfit over there disappeared for multiple times, went MIA. You would never see Republicans try to scandalize something like that, number one, because they're too weak to do it. But if they did, you certainly wouldn't see any Democrats going on shows and carrying the Republicans' water for why there should be investigations into Lloyd Austin. Never. You ever remember seeing that, Kevin, on anything?
I've never seen it, and I'm also cranky that this guy didn't shut down the false narrative right from the start. Say, oh, you're wrong. There was no classified information being released. Because right now, they're still pushing war plans and classified info. None of that was on this, and they let it go. And now it's become the latest. Trump said to drink bleach. Trump said to eat horse goo to fix COVID. It's, you know what? I think this guy's got rhino written all over him. All over him. I think this guy's disgusting.
Sean Fleetwood said maybe the more appropriate answer for him to have given to Dana Bash would have been something that sounded more like this. Hey, thanks so much for the question, Dana, but I'd love to answer it after your network, which a jury literally found as fake news, has asked Democrats why they weren't concerned about the so-called national security when Joe Biden got 13 American troops killed in Afghanistan, or when Hillary Clinton mishandled classified emails, or when Biden allowed a Chinese spy balloon to float across the continental United States, or when Democrat Eric Swalwell had a fling with a Chinese spy, or when Lloyd Austin had his mental issues from the Biden White House, and any other Democrat-linked national security matters your network refused to cover and downplayed your help to all of your political allies. So I'll answer your questions when anyone can take you guys seriously. But no, he doesn't say, oh, it's totally appropriate. Totally appropriate. Because that's what they do. The Republicans in these same positions. Unbelievable, these guys on these Sunday shows. If they're on a Sunday show, it's usually either Lindsey Graham, Lankford, or all the ones who will capitulate to what the hosts on these shows want to hear. All right, just getting started. Slick with sports, Delgado with news, Kevin Downey with news, and we have presents. I'll tell you who from when we get back right after this.
Talk about a match. That's a match. You got a D-bag matchbook? That's a match and a half.
Hey, Damon, Kick is not working well. It seems to be disconnecting and reconnecting every couple seconds.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Kick.
Oh, we got to go live on the socials.
I don't know what I can do about that right now.
It's also attracting bots, apparently, in the chat.
All right. Let me turn it off.
Howdy, Rumblers. In the Rumble chat.
Metcalf's Vermont Maple Bourbon.
Whoa.
And it's good.
That sounds good.
Let's open that up when we get
amazing.
together socially. 2029?
No, that's 2039. What are you talking
39, yeah.
Yes.
45% alcohol.
That's nothing.
Come on, hook us up
It's
with a
90
shot.
proof.
90 proof.
That's something.
Hello, everybody in the Twix chat. Howdy, howdy. Nancy Burns, Brett Barry, Racing Banshee,
Brett
Patrick
Barry.
Owen,
Come on.
Ahern,
Come on, Brett Barry.
Susie QNC, Farmer Brook is in there, Black Sheep 01,
I love Farmer Brook.
Phil Coe, Put on a Suit. Put on a Suit is in there. I love
Put on a suit. I was just telling somebody that story earlier today.
Hassan Pfeffer, KT Frog,
KT Frog. Come on.
TJK 3746 in the Rumble chat. Doc's Gal. Who else? Small Town Barbie's in there. Oh, we got a rant. $2 kicking snow. Says tell KDJ comfortably rum says hello.
Whoa! Comfortably wrong.
Who's that, Pink Floyd?
That's a very patriotic person from Tennessee who very funny too. Has funny texts.
Right.
Hello, comfortably rummed from Nashville.
Kicking snow, comfortably rum. $2 in the rant. In the Rumble chat.
I want to know at 10 seconds, KDJ, who was Richard? What city was he from that got cut off right at the end of your show today? Do you have that information?
Richard, who got cut off?
Yeah, from your show. You were talking about, what was it? PB Delgado figured it out. Pebble Beach,
Yes,
Florida.
yes.
That was a good one. And then you
Panama
had Richard.
City Beach.
Richard, we got to cut you off. Where was Richard from? You don't remember? You had to cut him off, Kevin. Come on.
Yeah.
All right, 17 past the hour, live from Studio 6B. So we're getting ready to do the show, and KDJ walks in, and he says, I got gifts for you. And I said, excuse me? He says, I got gifts for you, Big D. Someone came to my show. Where was your show now?
This is Washingtonville, New York, a big fundraiser for the local fire department. Sold out. It was wonderful, great show. And I got to meet Patriot Bill, a.k.a. Top the Mule from Vermont, who came in with a bunch of Vermont goodies, and I can't thank you enough. Wait till you try that maple bourbon.
Man, well, how nice of Bill, Patriot Bill, sent a bottle of Metcalf's Vermont maple bourbon.
Nice.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
90 proof.
I want to pour that on my waffles.
Yeah, Big D, put some in my coffee cup over here. Come on.
Look at that. sent me a beautiful cup for it
Oh, wow.
that says something on it.
You can't read.
Vermont Distillers.
There you go.
Beautiful.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's an authentic. That's a nice thick.
Sent me a beautiful Vermont coffee cup
Yeah,
Hey, that looks like
with like an elk on it.
yeah,
it does. That's nice.
Jessica got gifts too.
nice.
And come on, Newell's Vermont maple syrup.
There you go, Big D.
Now
go.
the thing is, I hope that I hope I don't get look quickly and get these two mistaken. And
Whoa, man.
Well, what does it say?
Thinking
Big
What does
D.
it say under Newell's? Read that word under Newell's. What does it say?
it says bourbon barrel
Bourbon.
aged Vermont maple syrup.
So I'm
that's
sure
what
there
saying.
could be a hint
I could
of
get
bourbon
the two,
in it.
I could get the two combined or the two confused and be in trouble here. So,
That's pretty nice.
but look at this cup. I'm going to use this tonight for my coffee here in a second. Slick, what do you think it is?
I think that's beautiful.
Pretty good looking
That's
cup,
a gorgeous
right?
mug. Yeah, that really is something.
Well,
nice.
Vermont is beautiful. I have a friend who has a house up there. We went up there for the golf trip last year, and it was just stunning.
Some of the best skiing in the world.
So I want to thank Bill. He wrote me a nice gift. Damon, big fan of LFS6B for years now. Enjoy you and all your crew. All the best. Bill and Eileen. Top of the Mule, Weedsboro, Vermont. I think that's what that says. So can't thank you enough, Bill and Eileen. Beautiful. And thank you so much. Hey, Slick, I tell you I never go around Long Island and see anybody. I'm at my son's basketball
No
game.
surprise.
I'm at my son. Why I say that?
You?
Yeah.
Because you don't get out much. You just go
I know.
to you go to kid stuff. You're so busy with your children. You
Well,
know,
and I went to my children, and I went to my son's basketball game on Sunday, and these people come up to me and say, "Hey, I'm Damon, big fan of the show."
See, they're out
There
there.
you go.
Dude.
Did they
Oh,
know
man,
anything?
they
They
couldn't-
know anything about the show?
They watch all of it every night.
Oh, that's great.
Were you wearing flip flops?
Yeah.
All right.
I can't believe they recognize you.
They
No,
recognize
actually,
him
I
from
was
his
wearing
feet.
sneakers. Yeah, he recognized me. Came right over to me
Yeah, wow.
after the game was over and introduced himself. Then introduced his wife. Said that I started watching, and now she's forced to watch. Now she watches.
I don't
likes it.
Yeah, when I go out, I don't think a week goes by that somebody doesn't, recognize us from the show. Doesn't recognize
And
me.
they were lovely too. So yeah, it was
Nice.
It was good. So
That's awesome, man. Wow.
how was your weekend, Slick?
It was good. It went very quickly. I was very busy, very consumed with the final, obviously the Elite Eight over the weekend. Some great games. I did pretty good too, Big D. I had 3 of the 4 guys. All the number ones have made it to the final. I can't remember the last time that happened.
Well, I made a big jump in the
You
bracket.
did.
I'm
You
in
did.
I'm in the top 100 now.
Yeah, I'm 76. I'm doing
Okay,
pretty
so
good.
I'm like
Slick
right
is-
there with you. I think you got
how
me
am I
beat
doing?
though.
Yeah, you know what hurt me was I had to have one upset. I couldn't believe there'd be 4 number ones in the final. So I took Alabama, figuring they would look good. I thought Duke with the Cooper Flag injury early on when I had to make the pick. If you remember, I didn't think they'd have the legs to get to the Final Four. So that was my upset pick, and it was the only one that got me. But the other 3 I had though.
And I said it when I picked it. I was going all chalk, but I mean, how could you not? And that's the way it ended up being. So, all right, let's do some sports. Sports are brought to you by Mike Lindell. People shopping at Mike Lindell's for Easter. Use code LFS6B. Great stuff. I have a brand new sponsor coming to the show this week. Speaking of Easter, it's going to be a great gift for Easter. It's a great gift year round, but it's certainly a great gift for Easter. So we'll introduce you to that this week as well. But Slick, LFS6B is the code to use at MyPillow. What's going on in sports?
All right, Big D. Well, let's get right to the scoreboard. First and foremost, NHL action right now. NHL heating up. Most teams are inside 10 games left for those last couple of wild card spots. I know the Rangers are really fighting hard to get a position. Islanders are trying to hang in there as well, but they're sliding away. But here's the Devils. They're in the middle of the mix. They're up 1-0 over the Wild. 8 to go there in the second period. 8:30, we have the Flames and Avalanche with a puck drop out there coming up just shortly. And then 10 p.m. tonight, Kraken in Seattle hosting the Dallas Stars. Short window there in the NHL. Not a big slate there. But we have the NBA. Kings 70-58 over the Pacers, 9 to go there in the third, 11 to go in the third. Magic and Clippers tied at 47. At the half, Heat lead the Wizards 58-47. Celtics in a good one, Grizzlies by 2, 50-48. 5 to go there in the second as well. Just underway, Thunder and Bulls. Thunder up 9-5. And Nets, Mavs, Rockets, Lakers coming up 8:30 and 10 p.m. respective tip-offs. We got some baseball scores too now. We can't forget baseball's back in action. How about that? Cincinnati Reds up 9-0 over the Rangers. I think I'm going to take the rest of the night off with that score. Bottom of the 6th there. How about that Yankee game the other day?
Goodness.
Was it look like a football score, 20-9.
9 home runs.
Wow. Aaron Judge hits 3 homers.
3 of them.
He's unbelievable. He's on fire. Rays over the Pirates 4-0, top of the 5th. Bottom 5, Blue Jays over the Nats 4-0 there. Cardinals blanking the Angels 2-0, top of the 3rd. Bottom of the 1st, no score, Giants and Stros. We got the Royals over the Brewers earlier today, 11-1. Boy, the Brewers need to find some pitching. They're getting bombed every game. White Sox 9-0 over the Twins. The Orioles over the Red Sox 8-5. Phillies down the Rockies 6-1. The nightcap games 9:40. Guardians at the Padres. Tigers, Mariners. Cubs at the A's, and Braves and Dodgers 10-10, 10-05, 9:40, 9:40 respective first pitches. So good stuff over there. And we can get to a couple of stories here. We got a lot going on here in sports. I will get into the March Madness in the next one, but I want to get a little Leah Thomas in here. Leah Thomas feels devastated and stricken with grief over trans athlete ban. Warner Todd Houston at Breitbart. Leah Thomas, the infamous transgender UPenn swimmer, says he is devastated after a ban on transgender swimmers was initiated in international swimming events. According to GB News, Thomas, who controversially took opportunities from female competitors during the 2022 NCAA Championship, was recently the keynote speaker at High Top's annual Trans Youth Forum. High Tops, that's a new one for me, where he discussed the trans ban. After reportedly transitioning, the now 25-year-old former swimmer claimed that he was surprised when he was permitted to compete on the UPenn's team. Oh, a little disclosure there. I looked up the NCAA transgender policy during freshman fall and knew it might be technically possible. I didn't think that I could do it, Thomas explained. Thomas insisted that sports should be athlete-driven, not driven by gender, sex. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
In Okay. A lot of logic at play here, Rick. It has to be the athletes deciding for themselves where they feel most affirmed and most comfortable, Thomas said. Well, wait a minute. Why can't the women decide for themselves that they don't want men in there and they feel very affirmed by keeping the men out of their locker room and obviously the men out of their competition?
Right.
Anyway.
He wants to feel where he's comfortable, where he could win, as opposed to getting his ass kicked by better men.
Yep. Well, so far there have been no hint that World Aquatics will change this policy anytime soon. Obviously, they're lobbying and boycotting them, but I don't see this happening. I certainly do not see transgender athletes being permitted in the Olympic Games this year. Certainly not in our country. Certainly not with President Trump being our president, sitting president at the time. And that's a wrap in sports. Big D, back to you.
All right, Slick, very good. We don't have time to get to news, but we'll do some more sports with Slick before the end of the hour. We'll do news with Delgado, news with KDJ. KDJ, any other shows you have coming up? Comedy shows? I know you have some in April, you said. Anything
I do.
Where are they?
Yes, thank you for asking. April 11th and 12th, I'll be in Saratoga Springs at the Comedy Works. You can go to thecomedyworks.com, get tickets, 3 big shows. Should be a lot of fun. I love Saratoga Springs. It's a little hippy-dippy, but some pretty cool bars.
All right, very good. All right, live from Studio 6B, we'll do some news with Delgado and KDJ when we get back right after this.
Every night.
Oh, look, here's Patriot Bill. I will be bringing more gifts for the other guys when we can visit for a Friday show when they have an audience.
Oh, the guys from that other outfit? I'm going to bring gifts to the guys at the outfit.
No, he means down at the warehouse.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, thank you again, Bill. This is amazing.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Are you going on tour with Tom Jones?
No, I wish. We're just going to see him. Friday.
We're talking the Tom Jones. What's new, pussycat?
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa,
One of the
whoa.
best shows I've ever seen. That was almost 20 years ago, though.
He's fire. He does.
I saw him at Westbury in the round.
He did
Is he
Kiss.
great?
Yeah, he was awesome.
Right? He did Prince Kiss. I think I better dance.
Yeah.
I love him. That guy's the consummate performer. Yeah. I mean, one of the greatest of all time. The Welshman, he's unbelievable. Love him.
And he's still doing it. When I saw him 20 years ago, I was like, wow, he's old, but he's still doing it.
Yep. Delilah,
and now 20 plus years later, he's still doing it.
Guy's fire.
And you'll be amazed how many women will throw panties and bras.
Yeah.
And room keys.
Annuities. Don't throw anything up there.
It really is funny because they just run down and they just launch their stuff.
That guy, if you looked up in the dictionary, swag, he's fit pictures in there as well. Yeah. He's that cool. He was a great artist. Oh, John Lavoie, thank you. $2 super chat. Slick, go UConn women tonight. That's right. Women are going to cover those scores too. I got you, John. Absolutely. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Coming up, Big D.
Could be on.
Hold on. Yeah, we should put it on. It's a big game. UConn, Big. That's your neck of the woods. Come on, Big D. What's wrong with you? Wow, Chip from the odds makers.
I got to look up where I am.
9 o'clock, Big D. 9 o'clock tip against USC. Number 2, UConn taking on number 1, USC. And Texas and TCU in a good one, 32-31, 3 to go there in the third.
Ooh, coffee tastes good out of that new cup.
Yeah, did you put a little maple bourbon in there? No, I don't think so.
Come on, man, break it open.
No, we're not open.
Come on, break it open.
No, we'll get on Friday night in like 2037.
Don't rush.
Joe. Friday night.
How's that, Aaron?
Hanging out with Joe, the voice box.
Tell me if we got audio, please. Hallelujah, Hollywood.
Let's get back into the YouTube. What do we got going on?
In the YouTubes.
We got the one super chat in the YouTubes. And KH just says one word, panties. It's about right.
Panties.
I like that.
That's what it is. When it comes,
PhD's wife, my mom's favorite. Elvis, too. Yeah, well, Elvis. And and him were very synonymous in how they performed. And
All right, 30 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B, settling in a new week right here. Real America's Voice. Slick's doing sports. Delgado's going to do some news. KDJ bringing gifts tonight from our friend Patriot Bill and Eileen Grimes in Vermont. What is it? Top of the Mule?
Top of the Mule.
Top of the Mule.
Yeah, I even got something. Look what I got.
Yeah.
I got the Green Mountain State Vermont bumper sticker.
Yep, there you go. Perfect.
when they drive by, they see you, they go, exactly.
Yeah, that's Delgado. Perfect.
He got matches. Look at this.
And look,
Talk about a perfect
I got a set
match.
of matches.
He's a perfect match. Yeah.
Perfect match.
Perfect match.
Man,
Very good.
he struck you good with that one.
That stands for the Dover Bar and Grill.
Yeah.
So if you're near, I guess it's in Mount Snow, the Dover Bar and Grill, go check out D-Bag, the Dover Bar and Grill. Awesome.
Yep. Delgado might be
Love
your
their
host.
stuff. I think I'm.
Might?
You know what? I'm going to try and get an NIL deal with them.
You should. That's a good idea, Delgado. I like that. All right, let's do some news. 31 past the hour. By the way, we're gonna have. I think we're gonna have a special guest at the warehouse this Friday.
Oh, who?
Mike Crispy, who is got a brand new show on Rav starting, I believe, Saturday night at 8:00. So you're used to us at 8:00, then you'll be used to Saturday night 8:00. Mike Crispy is going to join us at the warehouse on Friday.
Yeah, I met him at the I think it was the Scranton Trump rally about a year and a half or so.
Name dropper.
I did.
Okay, good. Well, you're going to meet him again on Friday night.
So that'll be good. That'll be fun.
What if he'll recognize you?
At the, no, he won't recognize me.
Who's this guy?
He's got a face for radio.
All right, let's do some news with this guy, and that would be Rick Delgado. What's going on, Delgado?
Well, over in Wisconsin, I don't know if you've heard, there's a big vote tomorrow. Between,
I have heard.
Excuse me?
I have heard.
Yes, between Brad Schimmel, the Republican, and Susan Crawford, the Democrat, for the Supreme Court of Wisconsin. It's a big vote. He's fighting for justice for all. I think Donald Trump made a statement against Crawford earlier today, and of course, trying to get the word out to get everybody out there, get all the Republicans, all the independents to vote, get out there to vote for Brad Schimmel in the state of Wisconsin tomorrow, April the 1st, for that special election. So. Make sure you get on out there and take care of business because, we're seeing what's happening with the lawfare, the judicial coup going on right now across the country with all these judges going nuts.
Well, Elon's out there. I mean, Elon's doing these teleconferences and these town halls each and every night out there, right? He's giving away money and all kinds of stuff. A judge actually said that the money thing was, I guess, said he could continue to do it.
Yeah, it's all legal. I think he paid. I think he ended up paying at least 2 people right now. Believe it or not, for that. So that's that's a start, but it's all legal. So if you do want to take advantage of it, and who knows, you might make some extra coin out of it. Not a bad deal when you stop and think about it. Other things that were breaking in the news, of course, Donald Trump is always in the news, being the president. Here he is talking about. I don't know if you heard over the weekend some news that Zelensky now, the leader of the Ukraine, is trying to back out of the deal that they had. The rare earths mineral deal as part of the treaty. And here's what Trump had to say. He was on Air Force One when he made this statement. Here he is talking about Zelensky trying to back out of that deal. Here's cut number 1. Check this out.
Zelensky, by the way, I see he's trying to back out of the rare earth deal. And if he does that, he's got some problems, big problems. We made a deal on rare earth. And now he's saying, well, I want to renegotiate the deal. He wants to be a member of NATO. Well, he was never going to be a member of NATO. He understands that. So if he's looking to renegotiate the deal, he's got big problems.
Big problems.
Suit yourself.
And you know what? I actually like the way that he's kind of approached this with Zelensky, of saying you're never going to be a part of NATO. So just take that, remove that from the equation. It's not going to happen. Yeah. It's not a negotiating point. You're not going to be in it. So let's start from there. And I know you're not supposed to kind of give away anything, but I think in this instance, especially for somebody like Zelensky, who's kind of a one of these, it kind of works. So I'm not mad at the president for negotiating this way, especially when it comes to somebody like Zelensky as well. He was also, of course, signing some executive orders. This one going after ticket scalpers. I don't know if you've heard it. I don't know if you paid for a ticket lately, Damon.
Can I just tell you the craziest thing I saw all day today was people online talking about the Oval Office today and the ticket scalping thing. People on the left going, oh, I guess MAGA doesn't care if someone's not wearing a suit in the Oval Office anymore, and referring to Kid Rock.
To Kid Rock.
And trying to compare it to Zelensky.
Right, because Kid Rock is out there fighting off the Russians.
Yeah.
I mean, I just couldn't believe it.
He's in the middle of a war.
Pictures of Kid Rock today and what he was wearing, and the president joking about I think Peter Ducey asked him, would you ever wear a jacket like that or something? And the left going out on social media trying to attack it and saying, oh, I guess they don't care about suits anymore.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
What an idiot.
Yeah, when Kid Rock becomes a visiting head of state, I think he might put on a suit. But until then, it's Kid Rock.
Yeah, and that if it ever comes down to the Russians are coming to kill Kid Rock, he might put on a suit. But it's just amazing what these people will cling to.
Yeah.
And they buy everything thrown at them. Right away, look at war plans, classified info. They just, you know what? I'm trying to figure out the psychology. I think they need to believe it's true. I think they need some sort of hope or some reason to fuel their hatred. I can't figure it out. They always take the bait. It's the Lucy with the football, and they always end up on their bahookies.
Yeah, it's always this is the new walls are closing in. Remember the first term of Trump? Every night it was, the walls are closing in now on the president. The walls never closed in.
No.
They never moved. As a matter of fact, he knocked down some walls and put up one on the Mexican border. How about that one? Here he is, cut number 5, signing that executive order going after the ticket scalpers with Kid Rock looking on. Cut 5, check this out.
Of course, sir. So this is an executive order, as you
Actually,
said,
that is a
deals
suit.
with the
Sounds like
ticket
Evel Knievel.
reselling business.
Yeah.
It's nice. I like
for
that suit,
fans
actually.
of live entertainment and for entertainers as well. The ticket reselling industry has become a huge issue. These people use bots and computer algorithms to buy up huge blocks of tickets and then jack up the price so that fans of live entertainers like Mr. Ritchie, I almost called him Mr. Rock, don't have access to concerts the way that they should. And when they do, it's at exorbitantly high prices. So what this executive order does, it charges the FTC and the Department of Justice with rigorously enforcing laws on the books in collaboration with state attorneys general that have power over consumer protection and other people who have the power to really crack down on this issue so that entertainers and fans won't be subject to these abusive and oftentimes illegal practices.
Good. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and I don't know if you paid for a ticket lately, Damon. Those extra fees are quite pricey. Pricey.
They are.
I remember I went to that Knicks-Warriors game just a couple weeks ago. North of $1,000 for seats that were not as great as you would think they would be.
But how many seats?
2.
500 a seat?
Yeah,
more than that. Yeah. I mean, I get it.
It's crazy nowadays in the ticket industry. You can't, if you see tickets on these resellers where most people have to go now, you can't even get, Ticketmaster, you can't even get the tickets off Ticketmaster if you're trying to do that. But it's impossible to even find what the face value on the tickets even is anymore.
Right.
It's true.
Like you see tickets on Vivid Seats or at one of these places, Game Time, whatever. And you're like, well, I wonder what these actually were faced when they saw. You can't even find it.
Yeah.
If you go find, you can't find it.
Doesn't exist.
Because Ticketmaster has all the resales too.
Yep.
And then if you do find them, the pricing on them is absurd.
How about these meet and greets? What they charge? $5,000 for a meet and greet?
Yeah, that's sick.
A family of 4. You can't even take your kids if your kids are baseball fans, Yankee fans, Mets fans, or basketball, Knicks fans, Nets
Forget
fans. A family just trying to take their kids to even one game. Is the cost of flying down to Disney World.
It's true.
It's insane.
It's
crazy.
It's got to stop.
So
the prices there, by the way, are insane too. Not that you'd ever want to take your kids there.
No, that's the wrong place.
Well, let's hope the executive order makes some headway in terms of trying to get at these fees, because, like you said, it becomes you could take flights and actually you could leave the country instead of buying 2 tickets to a Knicks game and probably enjoy a nice vacation.
I guess we'll see those guys out in the parking lot in the streets again now. Hey, you want any tickets? Hey,
Yeah, exactly.
Cash, man.
You know what I admire about Kid Rock, though? He's been up against this for a while. And he's from Detroit. I'm from Detroit. We never met. I'm not saying anything like that. But what he does, and I love, he would rather do 4 small concerts where he has more control over the ticket prices and these block sellers have less instead of doing one big one.
Yeah.
And that's actually pretty huge to say, you know what? I'm going to make the same amount, but I'll make it in 4 nights instead of 1.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Because they're not getting that big ticket price.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're getting a previously agreed amount. Also, Donald Trump just the other day signed another executive order, this one requiring people to provide proof of American citizenship when they register to vote. What a novel concept. Demanding that all ballots be reviewed by Election Day as well. The order requires a government-issued proof of U.S. citizenship on its voter registration forms, directs the Attorney General to enter into the information sharing agreements with state election officials to identify cases of election fraud or other election violations, and conditions federal election-related funds on states complying with federal election integrity measures. There are other steps that we will be taking in coming weeks. President Trump said just before signing the order, he said, we think we'll be able to end up getting fair elections. It's an honor to sign this one. I'll sign all of them, but this one is a great honor. So there you have it. Again, President Trump signing a few executive orders, that one having to do with requiring citizenships. Again, a novel concept.
And I think there's legislation Chip Roy introduced. I can't remember. I think there's legislation on the floor this week to codify that into law as well. I think they've been trying to get it passed now a couple times.
Yeah,
if I remember. Did anybody go to the Tesla thing this weekend here on Long Island? You know, we have a huge Tesla.
I heard about it.
Dealership.
I heard about it.
And I saw Joe the Box was gearing up, getting in the old trucks there, and gonna wheels up to the Tesla store.
Oh boy.
I did see some other Tesla protests. I know they had one in Manhattan where they were laying down in the street, just daring people to run them over.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I would have happy to oblige if I was there. But what's so amazing about these people is that in the Biden administration, these same people were screaming that we all need to drive electric cars.
Yeah, of course.
And now all they want to do is burn electric cars and tell us how terrible they all are.
How fickle.
It's amazing.
It's incredible.
The climate Nazis are really good at drawing swastikas.
They are. You know what? Yeah, this goes to prove climate change is nothing but a hoax and a way to basically control us. Climate change isn't real. If it was, then look, if you care more about a Elon Musk type, a fascist, whatever you're going to call him, than the environment, then you probably you weren't the best cloud hugger out there anyway. But this is just proof that it's garbage. It's garbage. Climate change means nothing. And you're wiping your keister on one isn't really going to make you part of the resistance.
I mean, and the Republicans, of all the things they should be doing, getting rid of the Green New Deal should be high on the list. Getting rid of the CHIPS Act should be high on the list. I don't know what it's going to take or how long it's going to take, but as we know, the Inflation Reduction Act was a new Green Deal Act. It was not about inflation. They've such admitted it. Republicans should get rid of it, and soon. All right, KDJ and sports coming up.
Yeah, it's on his X. You got to scroll down. He posts 15 times a day. Bracket, most of us. Today when you put the TV on, you feel, let me go to CBS. No, let me go to ESPN. No, let me go to TBS. No, let me go to True. No,
TNT.
Let me go to the Sci-Fi channel. Oh, there it is on the Sci-Fi channel. It's like, oh, look at this game.
TCU, Texas.
This is.
That's the one thing about the women's
Chat. What's going on?
Oh,
chat.
yeah, we got super chats. Hold on a second.
Is that in the women's brackets, the higher seeds just usually dominate.
They do.
There's
All right.
really no Cinderellas.
YouTube super chat. Ron and Norma, thank you. $4.99. No comment. Just a nice $4.99. We like that.
What does your shirt say, KDJ? Someone asked.
Oh, it
Detroit
Detroit
Iron. What?
Detroit Iron.
Oh, the Scam Marrow.
That's what we call cars that we
Iron,
make. Detroit
okay.
Iron.
The old Camaro.
Yeah.
I see that.
Hello, Lorraine on YouTube. Hello, Racing Banshee on X.
Thank you, Mary Lynn Schwoob on the YouTube, Big D. $10. Love our YouTube chat and family. Thank you, Mary Lynn Schwoob. Kid Rock, they want me to get his tail off. I can get a suit like that whipped out pretty quick. That's a nice suit, though.
Damon, look at your coffee cup. Moose or elk? Someone said moose. I said elk before, and they said moose.
It might be.
Might be a moose.
It could be a moose. Could be the Moose Lodge.
Yeah.
Did you flavor it with anything? No. You don't drink nothing.
I'm drinking Aaron's blueberry.
Oh, yeah, me too. That's what I had.
It's good.
Yeah, skunk and donuts. It was good.
I have. I have a new caramel.
Place stinks. No.
I got to bring it in.
I'm grateful to Aaron for bringing in coffee.
Doesn't sound like it.
I am grateful.
Mashing on her favorite.
I just said skunk and donuts.
Hello, Lynn on YouTube.
I'm gonna get in trouble saying that one. Let's go. I belong to the Moose Lodge. Broke Smoke belongs to the Moose Lodge, Big D. He might need that mug.
Oh, nice.
Broke Smoke, come on. Ticked off Patriot. Got to get Kid Rock's bucket hat.
All right, 13 to the hour, live from Studio 6B, drinking coffee out of my new Moose Cup from Vermont Green. Really like it. Thank you once again to Patriot Bill and Eileen Grimes from Vermont. And I can't wait to try this Metcalfe's Vermont Maple Bourbon that they sent.
Yeah, well, you're going to try that in the privacy of your own home on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
Come on, Big D. Bring that out Friday night. Maybe we could have a little nip.
A nip. Have a little nip.
You just relax over there. There's no note that said give any of this to Slick.
Oh, I'm sure.
So I'll be
that one was not sent to me, so Kevin picked that up.
It's up to me to decide whether
His
you get
fans
any.
over there.
Would you like some of this and a Patriot cigar?
No cigars. Just the, I like the booze and not the cigar.
I just want to get drunk.
I don't smoke that stuff.
I don't need to smoke anything. Okay, that's fine.
Talk about a stink badger.
Speaking of that, let's do some news with Kevin Downey Jr. He's the host of the Kevin Downey Jr. Show, 9 to 11 weekdays, right here on Long Island, New York, 103.9 LI News Radio, where you can hear us Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night, 8 to 10. KDJ, welcome back on a Monday. What's going on?
Thank you, Big D. Check this out. You're not going to like it. Turns out a toddler was kicked out of school in England for being transphobic. This is a toddler.
Oh, God.
Yep, kicked out of nursery school.
We talked about this on Friday, and I saw some headlines this weekend, KDJ, and I was like, man, he nailed that, what's going on in England, right?
Yep. And look, 94 students kicked out of primary schools in the same year. This was 2022 to 2023, and they're just finding out now 10 kids from first grade, 3 from second grade, where the maximum age is 7, all kicked out for transphobia and or homophobia. Now, I've always said what's happening in England will come here about 5 years later. I was wrong this time. Look what I wrote back for PJ Media July of last year. First grader. Here's what happened. The first grader drew a picture of 4 little girls of different shades of brown after learning about Martin Luther King Jr. and gave it to a friend of hers who is Hispanic and darker skinned. And everyone thought that was great, except for the little girl's mom, the girl who got it as a gift. Took it home, and her mom said, well, this is unacceptable. Took it to the principal. He said, this is racist and inappropriate, and punished the girl. She couldn't draw pictures to give them to her friends, and she couldn't go outside for 2 weeks in recess. And she had to apologize to the class. The so-called victim had no idea why she was apologizing. Neither did the little girl. So the mom finds out and says, well, I'm taking this to court. Why did this happen? Blah, blah, blah. And the judge says, and I quote, freedom of speech rights do not extend to first graders. Too young.
What?
Too young, yeah. This judge has decided that some kids are too young for freedom of speech. Keep in mind, there was no malice in this at all.
Who is this, Judge Boasberg?
What's amazing is I don't think there's an age limit on the Constitution for free speech, is there?
No, not at all. Not at all, but a judge said she's too young.
The judge says there is. Delgado, hello.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Too young for free speech rights. So I was wrong. It's already here. It's already here. Now, of course, what they're doing, folks, is they're getting the kids at a very young age to understand that if you step out of line, you will be punished.
You'll be Marine Le Pen.
Yeah, exactly. You will honor the trans, and you will not besmirch them. You will not mock them as we do here sometimes when they deserve it. But there. Now now that we're talking about England, check this out. There's a guy, he's in Parliament. His name is Hussein.
Oh, I like that guy.
Yeah. Oh, him, yeah. Bless you.
And he sent a tweet out saying British Muslims generate at least £70 billion annually for the UK economy. And he said Muslim-led businesses contribute billions of pounds and create thousands of jobs. The halal food industry alone generates over £1 billion in spending, and Muslims contribute 4 times more than the average Brit to charity. But along comes Community Notes to stab him in his Achilles heel, and it says, Community Notes, that's like the ombudsman.
Metaphorically, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
This is they'll tell you what's true and what's not. And they said actually Muslims represent 6% of the population, so £70 billion would be just 2% of the GDP, suggesting they contribute less than average. Less than average. Now, I personally think most of the expenditures for Muslims are probably ninja swords, which are soon going to be outlawed, and they'll have to make their own instead of buy them. And if they give more of anything to British society, it's probably gunpowder as they're blowing people up around the UK. It's always a Muslim. It's always Islam. It's always the religion of pieces. I have never in my life seen a nun explode. So there you have it. The UK's gone crazy, and they're not getting any better. And you just said something that hits the nail on the head, Big D. This Marine Le Pen.
Yeah.
Okay, you got her. You've got the guy from Romania. They can't run anymore. These are Trump-like candidates. Far right, as they'll tell you. They can't run. Bolsonaro in Brazil, I think, couldn't run. And now Conor McGregor wants to run for president or whatever they have. I think maybe a prime minister in Ireland. And they said, well, we already arrested you on something. We might just put you in jail.
Yep. This is how it's done.
Yep. Remember, folks, when it's happening around the globe, as it is, who's doing it? The globalists are doing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's all about killing populism, because populism is not them. Their policies, what they push, is not popular, and they know it.
Yeah. All right, KDJ, very good. More news with KDJ coming up in an hour or two. Let's do some sports before we wrap. Man, it was a quick hour one.
Very quick.
Slick Rick. Scott Sports. That's sponsored by Mike Lindell and MyPillow. LFS6B is the promo code to use if you shop at MyPillow. It'll give you a great savings on all the great stuff from Mike. Most of it made right here in the good old US of A. LFS6B is that promo code to use at checkout. Slickster, what's going on?
All right, we've been talking about all the men's basketball. How about NCAA women's basketball? Big D, Division I right now, number 1 Texas leading TCU 53-39. Madison Booker leads all scorers with 4:52 to go in the fourth, and that will be the NCAA Women's Championship Regional 3 in Birmingham, Elite 8. And then we got UConn coming up tonight. Number 2 UConn taking on the number 1 team, USC, the Trojans. 9 p.m., and that would be in Spokane, Regional 4, Elite 8. So UConn, right now, the spread on that game, Big D, are favored by 14.5 right now per the ESPN book. So that's a pretty heavy spread there. Looks like they're going to roll it. I know USC had a big injury earlier in the tournament. So
yeah, Juju, their best player, right?
The best player.
Best player in the country, I
usually
think.
That's like losing a Cooper flag on Duke. That would really turn the team's odds there. So, but we'll see what happens. We'll keep track of that game. That tip-off is coming up in about 6 to 10 minutes. And gets a couple of quick stories, if I just might. And Packers legend Brett Favre defends Elon Musk, calls the left very evil after attacks on Tesla dealerships. We were talking about this earlier tonight. Dylan Gwynn of Breitbart, legendary Packers QB Brett Favre said Elon Musk is deserving of all accolades while blasting the left is very evil after a series of arson attacks on Musk's Tesla dealerships. Favre made the comments on Outkick's Ricky Cobb show where he remarked about how the left loved Musk before he joined President Trump's campaign and became his senior advisor. Again, exactly what we were just saying earlier tonight. Elon Musk several years ago was a Democrat, Favre said. They loved him. He was the most brilliant inventor, smartest guy ever, richest man in the world. He was on the pedestal. Now he's working for free and trying to make this country better. Does he need it? Does he need to do that? If you want to fly off into the sunset by several islands and never be heard from again, he can do that. And the same can be said for Trump. And so this guy's doing it because he loves this country, and people are hating him for that. I hate it for Elon, but I know he's going to be okay. He's a lot smarter than all of us. That's true. And he's pretty resilient. Anyone who's willing to do that, to do what he's doing for this country, deserves all the accolades that you can give him and not the negative backlash. In recent weeks, violent leftists have burned Tesla dealerships and even assaulted motorists in a series of terrorist attacks against Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency, otherwise known as Doge. So Brett Favre weighing in. He still carries a little juice there, old Brett Favre in Green Bay. And that's a wrap in sports, Big D. Back to you.
Slick, very good. That's a wrap on hour one. Hour two coming up. More from everybody. Live from Studio 6B on a Monday. Brand new week. We're back right after this.
Inside 10. That girl, look at her dribble. That girl's, wow, she's got a nice move there. I know, it's a great move. She's got good, man, great hands. Right?
Chat. What's going on?
Got a $2 rant from Kicking Snow. Another one. He said, I saw Tom Jones once when David Gilmour was his lead guitarist.
Oh, that's some guitars.
How about that one?
Ooh.
Someone just told me they're going to see Tom Jones or something. Something.
Really?
Kevin's going.
Oh, you're going?
Yeah.
That's someone sitting next to you, Dave.
Yeah, friend of the show.
Yeah, I remember seeing it somewhere today. I couldn't remember.
What's new, Pussycat?
Where are you seeing him, by the way?
Westbury Music Fair.
That casino in Connecticut.
There's two of them,
turning.
right?
Oh, the Mohegan Sun?
Mohegan Sun, yeah.
There you go.
That casino in Connecticut?
that little
outfit over there.
That little outfit over there.
Yeah. Big D has one wing named after him there. Right, Big D? Come on. Big D, he's paid for at least one wing, no? You paid to repave the parking lot back in 2018, didn't you?
I'll be there on April 27th.
Oh, yeah? What's there?
Great place to see a show.
Zach Brown Band.
Oh, that was my last Prince show, front row. That was unbelievable.
So if you're going to go see Zach Brown Band at the Mohegan Sun on April 27th, come say hi to Big D. I'll be there.
Oh,
Bring him some.
Will you be wearing your cowboy hat?
Bring me my Vermont.
Could you imagine sitting behind Big D? You'd want to kill yourself.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to wear the hat.
He's going to wear a
gallon hat on.
He walks in, and when Big D walks into a concert, you go, oh, my God, I hope that guy's not sitting in front of me. That hat, you're such a tall guy. I'm making a honest description of you. I'm not making fun of you. If you sat in front of me, I'd be like, oh, no.
He's making fun.
Got a big cowboy hat.
What am I supposed to do about it?
Nothing. I just say, my God, I wanted to sit behind that guy. That's all I'm saying. That'd be a disaster.
It would be.
That would be a disaster.
Does Damon's cup have a moose on it? Yes.
Yes. It's a
Well,
moose
we're
cup.
debating. Some are saying it's an elk.
No,
No,
one's
he's the only
debating.
one that
They're all
said it's
yelling
an
at
elk.
me. It's a moose, you idiot.
Come on, the Elks Club.
It's a moose, you fool.
You
It's a moose.
schwazine.
Who else is going to Mohegan Sun to see Zach Brown? Anybody going to be there?
I doubt it.
Zach Brown got caught with cocaine on their tour bus and claimed they knew nothing about it. Well, that's what's going to make it a good concert.
I got another super chat, $5. Les Durham, our buddy Les Durham. Slick Rick and Mr. Damon, I just want to know, maple bourbon in your coffee? Not yet, Les. We know Big D will never be in my coffee.
All right, 9 o'clock on the East Coast, Real America's Voice, Hour 2. Live from Studio 6B. Glad you're in on a Monday, getting a brand new week started. It's always nice to start it with gifts from our great fans. I want to thank Bill and Eileen again. Metcalf's Vermont Maple Bourbon, my cup, my coffee cup, my moose cup, and my Vermont Maple Syrup. Wow. Oh, man.
Man, I'm always going to call you a sap.
Can't thank you enough. Thanks so much. Slick's here. He's going to do sports. Delgado's got some news. KDJ on a Monday. That's right. Not only on Friday, but a Monday as well. Sitting in. He's going to have some news as well. And we will be back at the America's First Warehouse on Friday night.
Yeah.
KDJ, Paul Nolan. We may have the whole gang there. Is anyone else missing this Friday?
I don't know, but I really enjoyed Friday night. It was great. Big D's parents stopped by. I love to see Mom and Dad. I love those people. And we had a great time. His son came by, too, after his basketball game. Looking good.
That was ugly. But,
it's good to see them. And I tell you, that venue is just really, I love doing the shows
But
there.
he won
It's really
both
nice.
on Sunday, by the way.
Oh,
That's good.
right.
2-0 on
comeback.
Sunday.
Good stuff.
They decided to, show up. Like Friday night, which they didn't show up.
So we had Bigger D, your dad.
Yeah.
Then Big D.
Yeah.
And then Little Big D.
And Little BD.
It was like three
That's
generations of D.
Yeah. I love Mom. She's the best.
Yeah,
Your
that's
mom
exactly
is just,
right.
she's
Very
I love her.
nice.
Great woman.
Yeah,
I don't know how she tolerates you.
I think
but-
she likes you more than she likes me, Slick.
She does. She shared that with me, actually.
Yes, she actually told
No
me
joking.
that. Yes, I think so.
Wow.
Well, everybody loves Slick. I mean,
I don't know about that, but there's a few that don't love me. But
you know who my dad loves because he's known him since I started doing this show was old Vinnie Mac, but Vinnie wasn't there.
oh yeah, that's right. Sure.
Too bad for Vinnie.
Yep.
So, but we'll all be there Friday, and Mike Crispy's going to join us.
Yeah.
Host of the brand new show, I believe it's called Last Call. And that'll be Saturday nights at 8 p.m. right here on Real America's Voice. He's going to join us Friday at the warehouse. So I don't know what we're going to do about the seating configuration if we have all 6 guys there plus Mike. But we'll have to figure something
They'll probably
out.
throw me in the audience.
Yeah, we'll put Slick in the audience.
come on.
That's fine. So, well, there's a clip going around. Let's start hour 2 with this. There's a clip going around that's caught a lot of attention. And let's just play it because it's Elon Musk, of course, and he's out in Wisconsin. And we all, if you haven't watched Elon, the interview with Brett Baer from last week, you really should. Because it puts to bed a lot of the nonsense you're hearing from the left about who Doge is, who these kids are, that they're a bunch of Metallica concert shirt wearing hippies,
Right. Just
who are just smoking dope and having fun on the computer, and not, it just couldn't be farther from the truth. Not that there's anything wrong with that, by the way, but pretty stunning interview. These are serious people.
yeah, they're not all 19-year-old gamers just hanging out all night, playing around, and then we work for the government too. That's not how this works.
Yeah, that was a pretty stunning interview.
Yeah.
And so Elon was out in Wisconsin, I guess, over the weekend, and he brought one of the workers out. And this clip's a little longer, but boy, it's worth watching. So
Yeah, his name is Antonio Gracias.
yes, and let's just watch this, and then we'll get the guy's take afterwards. And your take. My only thing about this clip is, who's really surprised? I'm seeing all of this stuff online about, oh my God, look, what? And I'm thinking, it's one of those things where, okay, you see it in front of your face, I guess you're like, whoa. But who's really surprised?
Right.
Is the question. Here it is.
And I'd like to welcome my friend Antonio Gracias to the stage. I think so. Does it work? I can give you mine. Does it work? It'll be okay. I mean, Buzz Aldrin's still alive, and he went past the belts.
Didn't work. Is this working? Yeah, it's on now. Yeah.
There we go. So, Antonio, can you tell us what you? Antonio is helping out with the Social Security. So, just trying to review Social Security, where you may have heard that we found 20 million dead people marked as alive in the Social Security database. This is so crazy. And then you'll notice there's a strange trend here, where how many Social Security numbers were issued. Do you want to?
Yeah. So let me tell you what happened here. We started at the top of the system.
You want to talk a bit louder, maybe?
We started at the top of the system, mapping the whole system of Social Security to understand where all the fraud was. And there's a lot of great people there that showed us really a lot of waste. And so that came up with a big list of stuff they're working on. You've heard some of that already. But this is what jumped out at us. When we saw these numbers, we were like, what is this? In 21, you see 270,000 people, goes all the way to 2.1 million in 24. These are non-citizens that are getting Social Security numbers.
Yeah, this is a mind-blowing chart.
Yeah, this literally blew us away. Like, we went there to find fraud, and we found this by accident. And this isn't political, by the way. My parents are immigrants. Yeah, this country's been great to us. My brother and sister all born in Spain. I'm pro-legal immigration. This is not political. This is not political. This is about America and the future of America. And there are a lot of good people in the system that pointed us in this direction. I want to honor them right now. That work in the government today, who took risks to show us these numbers and tell us what's going on. So I want to stop for a minute. I want to honor those people today. Very good people.
Working there on the inside,
very good people.
pointing them. Here it is.
I have been from D.C. to Social Security offices to the border to track this down, and very good people have helped us along the way. I want to thank them.
Yeah.
This number, what this is when you come in the country, if you're an illegal, there's a couple ways to come in. You come in through a port of entry, and you can tell them you're afraid, and they'll give you an asylum case. You'll get an interview, then you get in. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to just go to the border. Literally, this happened. I talked to Border Patrol myself. Elon was there too. I went to Laredo, and I went to Bronzeville. Elon went to Eagle Pass. You walk up to a Border Patrol officer, and you tell them you want to come in. They have a couple of choices. They could charge you with a misdemeanor or a felony under 1325, or they can make it an administrative offense, like a parking ticket, basically. They were told to do that, make it an administrative offense under the last administration. And then you go walk across the border. They do what's called a release your own recognizance, and they give you an NTA, a notice to appear, which to appear to judge. The wait times on judges are like average 6 years. Look at Grok, you'll see it on immigration judges. There's only 700 of them. This is 5.5 million people. Okay? So what happens then? Once you're in the country and you got asylum through one of these pathways, and we map the whole thing out, you can apply for a work document. You file a 765, it's the work form. You get this form called the 766, that's the authorization, and then Social Security Administration automatically sends you in the mail your Social Security number. No interview. No ID.
This is worth just reiterating. It's not people sometimes think that under the Biden administration that he was simply asleep at the switch. He wasn't asleep.
No.
They weren't asleep at the switch. It was a massive, large-scale program to import as many illegals as possible, ultimately to change the entire voting map of the United States and disenfranchise the American people and make it a permanent, deep blue, one-party state from which there would be no escape.
Look, if I hadn't seen this myself, I'm not sure I'd have believed it. I went through it myself and mapped it, and Elon is right. This is true. The defaults in the system from Social Security to all of the benefit programs have been set to max inclusion, max pay for these people, and minimum collection. That's what's happening. We found 1.3 million of them already on Medicaid, as an example. We've gone through on every benefit program we went through, we found groups from this particular group of people, this 5.5 million people in those benefit programs. And then what was really, really disturbing us was why. We're asking ourselves why. Right. And so we actually just took a sample and looked at voter registration records. And we found people here registered to vote in this population, yes.
And who did vote?
And we found some by sampling that actually did vote. And we have referred them to prosecution at the Homeland Security Investigation Service.
Yeah.
Already. That is already happening.
I'd like.
I mean, I've said for a long time on this show that the left, and specifically the Biden administration, always felt that the illegal was more virtuous than the citizen. And that 5 minutes, what they just told you there is proof that that's exactly right.
Yeah.
That this has all been purposeful, and it's all been for the reasons that they stated and for the reasons that we've stated.
And this whole notion that, Doge is not doing anything. They're doing stuff, but as you heard from him, it's also whistleblowers within these agencies who are coming forward who probably feel empowered now, like, now I don't have to worry about losing my job or being targeted because I'm pointing out, hey, you guys are breaking the freaking law here. This is not what I signed up for. I love my country. I don't want us to be doing the wrong stuff and the wrong people to be getting this money that's supposed to go to the people that actually paid into the system, not to illegals coming over the border who have no right to any of the money from the American people, have no right to Medicaid, and no right to Medicare. They have no right to any of this stuff. And basically, these are the robber barons of today. The bureaucrats and the elected officials who allow this, who set up this system, they are the robber barons. They are robbing the American people and paying off the people they want to replace you. The great replacement theory is not just a theory, it's a real thing. And I'm glad that they're able to point this out. And again, the importance of the whistleblowers, I think, is the most important part. We saw it with the Hunter Biden Social Security thing, right? Mm-hmm. When he didn't pay his taxes, and they went after the guys who identified it. And now we're seeing it here. But the whistleblowers now don't have to worry about being targeted. So I think that's a great thing. It's just so egregious. I think that's the most disgusting part of this, right?
Yeah, it's egregious. It's in your face. And it's all of these, it's the welfare state incentives that bring these people, that is the number one driver, besides an administration like the Bidens that just turn the other way, a blind eye to it, and encourage the border to be overrun. But of course, it's all of these things that incentivize it as well. If you don't cut off all the incentives, what President Trump is doing to secure the border is all well and good, but you need to do it. You also need to cut off all the incentives so there's no other reason to come here. But I mean, if that clip doesn't fire you up and just get you flat out angry and want to see people arrested for it. And again, I know a lot of people still have a lot of faith in the Department of Justice and in Dan Bongino and the FBI and all of that. And maybe things aren't moving as quickly as some people thought they would and want to. But when you see this, boy, you think at some point, someone's got to be made an example of here.
Yeah. Or else they'll just keep doing it, and it'll get worse and worse.
KDJ, what do you think?
I think it's a form of treason. They're bringing these people in so they can vote. As Elon said, the Democrats will never lose again. That is treason. If that is not the definition of treason, I don't know what is. And when you're bringing in these people, and keep in mind, there's other ramifications. They can cloward pivot us into the dust. And by that, I mean overload the welfare system till it all comes crashing down. I think that's a big part of their plan, too, not to mention replacing us. But I think the people behind this, treasonous. And that's how I would like to see them go down.
All right, 13 past the hour. More sports and news all coming up live from Studio 6B.
sent us a message. That guy's
I caught
great.
the last 5 minutes. I was like, oh, dang. I just got in the car, and the only reason I had LA News Radio on was because I was listening to the Islanders last night, and they lost another one. Oh, the Islanders, I think Jay's going to give up on the Islanders. They don't look good, Kevin.
They do not.
Anyway. What the needle on the record? I heard that song today, actually.
Are you opening that up because you got to do reads here?
I mean, there's some read.
Put the needle on the record. Yabu says Delgado has the trots. Poor guy gets up. Come on, Yabu.
I got up. I'm back.
Give him a break.
It's not that cold, so I don't have to go blow my socks.
Listen.
Oh, snap.
Wow.
Dingy.
I haven't heard that sound in years.
Let me get a little whiff of that here.
It's amazing.
Oh, that must be.
It's like a fine mahogany.
My nose hair's got arrested.
You got a cup over there, Slick?
I do. Is this legal?
We're not on TV right now. We're in social media. It's syrup. Yeah, it's syrup.
Ow!
They don't know.
Trying to get ready.
Whatever.
I'm good, thanks. Got a whole bottle at home, but thank you.
Oh, God. Got a show to do in the morning. That's good. We got to bring a flask of that to the show.
Bring a flask of that to your next president's meeting.
Oh, man. I'm always lit for that. Love bourbon and the coffee. Cat SB.
I'm always lit for that.
Love bourbon and coffee. When you do it 25 years, you need to forget it.
What do I got here? TWCBG?
I'm always lit for
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, bourbon and the coffee is good. I like that. Cat SB.
Sound like the booze. 17 past the hour, live from Studio 6B. Let me talk to you about our friends at the Wellness Company. It's a new day in America, a new administration in Washington, D.C. There's a lot of excitement and optimism about the future, but the reality is there's still a lot of work to do, especially when it comes to fixing our broken healthcare system. The truth is that the forces that are responsible for breaking our healthcare system aren't going to simply go away. The challenges our system face won't disappear overnight. Now more than ever, you need to be prepared, and of course, that is where the Wellness Company comes in. You know the Wellness Company. Their doctors are medical professionals that you can trust, and their line of prescription medical kits are the gold standard when it comes to keeping you safe and healthy. Whether it's the medical emergency kit, the contagion kit, the first aid kit, or the travel kit, these prescription kits contain an assortment of life-saving medications and guidebooks to assist in the proper use of all medications. So from flu to strep throat, COVID to bird flu, trip to the beach, or a trip overseas, the Wellness Company has a prescription kit designed to keep you and your family safe. Make America healthy again starts at home. Do your part and protect the health of you and your family. Go to www.twc.health/voice, www.twc.health/voice today and order. Use promo code VOICE to save an additional 10%. Well, tariff wars, recession fears, and stubborn inflation. No wonder gold has been routinely hitting all-time highs here in 2025. In volatile markets like right now, don't sit on the sidelines with your head in the sand. Take control and safeguard your savings. That's why so many Americans today are turning to the Birch Gold Group. They've helped tens of thousands convert an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in physical gold. Is it time for you to hedge against inflation and hedge against economic instability with gold? I think it might be. To learn how to own physical gold in a tax-sheltered account, text the word America to 989898. Birch Gold will send you a free, no-obligation information kit. Again, text America to the number 989898. Birch Gold has an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau, countless 5-star reviews. You can trust Birch Gold to help protect your savings. Took us decades to get into this tangled mess, and they're trying to unpack it now. How long is it going to take to get out of it, and at what cost? Well, you won't have to worry too much about it if you at least diversify some of your savings into gold. So text America to the number 989898 and do it today. All right, 19 past the hour, live from Studio 6B. Let's do some sports. Sports is brought to you by our friend Mike Lindell, My Pillow. Great stuff over at Lindell. Great savings going on. Great stuff on our page, mypillow.com/LFS6B. I'm going to go there, as a matter of fact. mypillow.com/LFS6B for all the best deals for this audience. And, man, there are some absolute good ones right now. I can't type, so I can't get there, but there are some good ones. Check it out. Let's do sports. Sports is brought to you by MyPillow. Like I said, Slick's got it. What's going on?
Okay, NCAA women's basketball, big day, the big championship for the ladies going on, too. Doesn't get as much popularity as far as the play in the press, but they got a good Monday night primetime games going on. Texas has just downed TCU 58-47. That game just went final. Regional 3 in Birmingham. Elite 8. Texas moving on, looking good. Madison Booker with 18 points to lead all scorers. UConn and USC, that tip should be coming up it's just getting ready to get underway, Big D. Good game there. UConn ladies favored by 14.5 to move on. And we got NHL action. Devils lead the Wild 2-1, 7 to go there in the third. Avalanche up 1-0 over the Flames. 30 seconds to go in the first. Stars and Krakens, 10 p.m. puck drop out west. Then we have the Clippers over the Magic right now, 96-87. Just about 14 seconds to go in the fourth. Looks like that game's in the books there. The Celtics over the Grizzlies, 92-87, 11 to go there in the fourth. At the half, Thunder pounding the Bulls 74-40. What a score there. Mavericks over the Nets 41-47 to go there in the second as well. We got some other games coming up a little bit later. I'll try to get to those scores before the end of the show. Mets right now leading the Marlins 10-2 in the bottom of the ninth. Good game for the Mets. Mets starting to play ball now too, like the Yankees. Rays up 5-1 over the Pirates, bottom 8. Top 8, the Blue Jays lead the Nationals 4-2 up in Toronto. Cardinals 3-2 over the Angels, bottom 6. And bottom 5 right now, Giants blanking the Astros 2-0 in Houston. Earlier tonight, I gave you the finals already, so I'm going to skip over those and get to a quick story. Well, March Madness, of course, is the big rage of the weekend, Big D. We talked about it. Everybody's brackets doing good. Slick Rick's sitting at number 76 right now, so I'm probably in 11th place if you figure out all the different numbers there. Big D, I think you're at what, number 125 or 150? You really made a nice comeback over the weekend as well.
150? I thought I was 94.
No, I don't even think you're in the top 100. You better check that, Big D. I think you're sitting there with a 3-digit there. And Rick Delgado, you're in there as well.
250, I think.
Right, and I think the
230.
And Fran and Aaron are in the mix too.
How could I have gotten worse?
Oh no, we plummeted far.
Where are you at? 200?
I am at 330 something.
Oh, Francis. Oh,
I picked too many underdogs in the 8.
Okay. Well, you look good going. You look good over the weekend, though. I saw you guys. I was like,
I was
whoa.
good until I decided I like the underdogs better than the number ones.
Yeah, I know. It's so hard to imagine 4 number ones in this kind of the story I'm going to get to right now. Final 4 to feature rare matchups of only number 1 seeds as Auburn outlast Michigan State to secure the final spot. For the first time since 2008, all 4 number 1 seeds have advanced to the Final 4. Chance Martin of Fox News reporting. Every team that entered the 2005 NCAA men's tournament with a top seed will play in the Final 4 in San Antonio. And then, of course, it's a misprint there because it's obviously this
You're
year.
Right, Slick. I'm at 141 now.
You believe it? Yeah, I knew you were a 3-banger. You weren't in with the elite double digits.
I don't understand how you can be higher than me and I have all 4 of the final 4 correct. And you have 3 of the 4 correct.
I must have had I might have went a little further with some of my teams getting to the Final 4.
So right now, number 1, ESPN Fan 11 and a bunch of numbers. I have no idea how we're going to find out who these people are with these names.
If they don't have names, no, it's going to be very hard.
They're number 1.
I'm sure they'll let us know, though.
Another person, ESPN Fan 8, a bunch of numbers, is number 2. Axel Descanso is also tied for 2. Now, what do we do if there's – I didn't think about this, Aaron. We said top 10. What do we do if there's ties? in the top 10 actually make up like 100 people.
Then we send them to the ones we know.
I think we're going to have to do a random number generator for each group that has more than one.
Yeah.
If there's like 5 people at, let's say, number 4, we'll have to do a random number generator. Whatever number comes up, that person is the one who wins that spot.
That's
I don't know any other way to do it.
I don't know. I think Duke right now looks like
because right now in 7th there's like 50 people,
really?
and then
we'll have to do a random number generator.
A lot of people have Duke, so I think Duke has got to be the odds-on right now. Right? Even though Auburn is looking pretty strong too.
Chip Ski 1414. Is that Chip from Vegas?
Yes, no, Chip from the odds makers.
That's what I mean.
Who won?
Chip from the odds makers. He's not from Vegas, right? The other guy's from Vegas. He's in 4th right now.
Vegas.
Is that him? Tied for 4th?
He emailed us earlier today.
That's impressive.
That's old Chip off the old block.
Chip off the old block and pick football and basketball. Pretty good.
Sure could. Chip's he could be a candy capper. He's good.
Now, there's somebody in 6th called Crazy Town. What even is that?
That's not me.
Well, we know that because they're in 6th.
No.
Shut up.
Yeah, so.
There's someone in 15th named Taste the Biscuit.
Yeah.
Taste the biscuit.
I saw Harry. I saw
that's a good one.
Get your, you know what, off the couch, Harry. He was, somebody had that name.
Okay, no, I like these names. That's good.
The names are fantastic.
All right, Slick, what else is
Anyway,
sports?
I'm just about done there, Big D. We're just talking about what's going on here with these seeds, all 4 seeds in the bracket. Making it to the Final Four is a rarity. It's been 17 years since the first time it happened in tournament history. Coincidentally, San Antonio was also the host history. Way back when in 2008, Big D, North Carolina, Kansas, UCLA, and Memphis qualified for the semifinals. Number 1, Auburn survived against the 2nd seeded Michigan State Spartans in Atlanta on Sunday evening to finish the sweep for the top seeds for just the 2nd time in the history of March Madness. I'll tell you, I like all 4 teams. I did pick Florida, Big D. I think Florida might be the weakest team going into the tournament right now, going into the Final Four. That's what it looks like. These other teams look real hot. We'll see.
Someone said Aaron's spanking Damon in the tournament. Where are you, Aaron?
Fran and I are at 332nd.
No, you're not. No. Aaron might have her own name, though. Maybe somebody took her name and they're up higher.
I think Big D's in control of that one.
You picked Florida to win it all?
Yeah.
So did I. Who do you have in the other games?
I think we're in trouble with them.
Very much. That's what I just said. I think they're the weakest team going in. They barely got out of Dodge twice this
Duke
weekend.
looks too good. Too good.
Duke is, You know, Cooper Flag aside, they still look good, but I thought Flag wasn't gonna.
I mean, you know what? You can't say Cooper's.
I think it's defense. I think.
USC beating them?
No, that's not happening. It's not happening.
Oh, listen, it's good.
UConn's they're gonna wake up. They'll get going. All right, chat. What you guys going on in the chat? Ricky, paying attention?
No, of course not.
Let's see. Ticked off Patriot, Damon Roberts at LFS6B. We love LFS6B.
Scanning the Rumble chat.
Richard, Facebook says, hey, Damon, I wish I could have gotten into your contest. I have 3 at 97.3.
Okay.
Pretty good right there.
John D6307. Let Delgado do the reads.
I'd love to. I wish you think he'd offer up after all these years of doing the show.
I don't know. I'm too busy. I'm nipping it.
Broke Spoke checking in. Hey, Slick and the crew. I love Broke Spoke. He's a great follower in the chat.
The Colonel on Twitter says Delgado Downey Mayhem sounds like an awesome rock festival.
That does sound like an awesome rock festival.
Michelle Gardner says your voice track is off on the show. Please fix it.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
Damon.
my
Get
goodness.
it together. Fran, what's going on
do
here?
we have to re-record the entire show again?
I need to know what platform they're watching on and what they're using to watch it.
I'm assuming Twitter because that's where I got the message, but I don't know.
They're on Mumble.
Usually out of sync stuff on social media is coming down to the device you're watching it on.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Not us.
Look at the score, Big D. Uh-oh. Early start here.
Yeah, I know. We're in trouble here.
USC can't miss tonight.
It's all right. Gino will talk to him at halftime.
Looks like Trojan warfare here. Come on.
That what that is?
Look at this 3. Oh, nice 3.
And just like that, we're back in the game.
There you go. Come on, Big D. 9:30 already? Wow.
Dang.
I guess Elon walked out on stage today when he, I guess over the weekend when he talked to that guy. What's his name?
A federal judge has blocked the Trump administration tonight from firing CIA ODNI staffers who worked on DEI. A federal judge in Alexandria, Virginia, ordered that the employees be allowed to seek other positions at the agency. So now we can't. I don't know.
Now judges are setting hiring policies.
I want to get into this Victor
sick.
Davis Hansen thing, but it's. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is getting so ridiculous. All right, 30 minutes past the hour live from Studio 6B on a Monday. Brand new week getting started. Glad you're in. Slick will do a little more sports before we wrap the night. KDJ is going to do some more news here in a second, but we'll start the news right here at 30 minutes past the hour with Rick Delgado. News is brought to you by Freedom Force Nutrition, available live from Studio6B.com. Right there in the homepage, 15% off right now, whatever you put in your cart. Great vitamin supplements, all available live from Studio6B.com. By the way, new Odds Maker shirt is out, Slick. I absolutely love it.
I saw it.
You look good on
It's a
it,
nice
too.
looking suit.
You look good on it, too.
That's a nice looking shirt.
He's on a shirt?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You look good. Holding that football. Woo! Come on.
Hey.
All right, let's do the news, Delgado. What's going on?
All right. Well, I don't know if you saw this. I know the clip was out there. I don't think we actually played it, but Pennsylvania Democrat State Senator Lindsey Williams giving a testimony, controversial testimony at the state capitol just the other day while opposing a bill that would ban trans athletes from girls' sports there, Slick. Williams, in a prepared remarks, said, "I want all girls to know that there are elected officials like me who believe female bodies are just as strong and fast as capable as male bodies. I want all girls," she's saying all girls, not just the biological ones, but even the fake ones, "to know that the elected officials like me would never underestimate your ability to beat a boy at their own sport, because that's the premise of the bill assumes, that female bodies are less than male bodies, that girls are automatically at a disadvantage and can't possibly compete against boys, even though girls do it every day." She went on to suggest that, of course, biological males participating in girls' sports is made up. Well, this is great. If you stop and think about it, I'm glad that she believes that women are just as strong, just as fast, just as powerful as men, so she won't have a problem. Because of this move by Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, who announced today that the Pentagon, maybe he was listening to this woman speak, I don't know, but he decided, if he did, he decided he's going to follow her lead, and he's going to end the practice of separate physical fitness standards for men and women to serve in combat roles. You heard that right. So all combat roles are open to men and women, but they all must meet the same high standard. No standards are going to be lowered, and all combat roles will only have sex-neutral standards. Common sense, he posted on X. Prior to his nomination, Hegseth opposed women serving in combat roles entirely, though he moderated his views amid talks with senators. Different physical standards for men and women in the U.S. military have existed for a long time, but they were also combat roles that were male only. Then under Obama, those roles were open to men and women, but the physical fitness standards didn't change. They remained the same. So he decided at the Department of Defense, we fix this. He's going to work to remove all that stuff and make sure that, if you pass the test and it's the high standard test, you're not going to get you're not going to get a pass. You're not going to get extra time to do stuff because you're slower and maybe you're not as strong as maybe a male counterpart can do it. So good on him. Good on the Pennsylvania State Senator Lindsey Williams. See, we can all get along there. Lindsey, how do you feel about that? We'll see if she has any problems with them raising the standards for men and women to both achieve. And then, of course, if you were watching over the weekend, we talked about it earlier. Of course, the Tesla Nazis out there, they were out burning and looting and, of course, destroying all types of stuff. Tesla terrorists gets busted here on cut number 8. It's amazing how quickly these people turn into the whimpering wussbags they really are in real life. Here's cut number 8. Watch this guy as he completely gets busted, destroying someone's Tesla. Cut 8.
Free service.
Free service? How about you pay for the repairs? Write a check. You just bought a Tesla.
I can wipe it off with a towel.
No,
it's not
no. It is a hate crime, sir. It is a hate crime. Did you write a swastika on there?
I'm sorry you're upset.
Did you write a swastika?
It didn't even work. Apparently, it doesn't work.
Did you write a swastika on the? It's a key, sir. We see it on the video.
It's not a key.
Did you? Is it a swastika?
I was probably putting my keys in my pocket.
Is it a swastika?
Have you looked at your car? Is there a key mark?
Answer the question. Is it a swastika?
That's impossible.
It's at the police right now. It's being fingerprinted.
What do you mean it's being fingerprinted?
Because they're trying to track you down. Thankfully, Facebook tracked you down. So your business, your freaking livelihood, everything now.
Listen,
because you chose to write so to tell Facebook sorry for writing a swastika on a Tesla.
Listen, I said I'm sorry.
For what?
And I apologize.
For what?
I have nothing against your car, and I have nothing against
That's
you.
what he's sorry about.
So why would you write a swastika?
Obviously, I have something against Elon Musk, but that's not the way
to show
Elon Musk
owns that car because it was bought and paid for. It was bought and paid for a long time ago.
That's why it's misguided, and obviously, I did not intend to do this.
All right, we're going to wait for the.
Yeah. that of course.
I didn't intend to put a swastika on your Tesla.
It just happened.
Sorry, I got caught.
His name was Chad Rittenbaugh. 55. He was identified after he checked into his Planet Fitness gym using his membership card app following the alleged vandalism of the car parked in the gym's lot, according to the probable cause affidavit. So Chad is what they would say, I think, cooked, at least where he lives, because everybody knows now that he's one of these people who decides they're going to take things into their own hands and they're going to destroy other people's property.
Another one who did this, who just got caught, was this guy Ryan Lyle Williams. He's been caught and charged with felony criminal mischief after keying a Tesla Cybertruck in West Fargo, North Dakota. Thanks to ex-users, the clip went viral ahead of the arrest. And this creep's been arrested as well, and as they all should be.
Yeah, and then I don't know if you saw this one, cut number 9, of this 61-year-old woman being attacked after being cut off and blocked in by another driver. Check this out, cut number 9 as it unfolds.
Take a look at this. This is video from the victim's Tesla camera. It shows a green car pulling up to a Tesla on busy Route 66, then swerving in front to box the Tesla in. The driver then walks over to the 61-year-old woman in the Tesla and reportedly starts hitting her while she's sitting behind the wheel. At one point, the woman says she bit the man's hand. Moments later, the passenger of the green car appears to walk over and pull the attacker away. They finally get back in their car and drive off. We spoke to the victim today, who said she was terrified and can't understand why anyone would do this.
I was just stunned, and I wished that I would have had
a gun,
someone with me that would have protected me.
Yeah,
I'm
just
appalled. I didn't buy my car for a political statement.
Right.
I bought my car because it's really fun to drive, and my politics have nothing to do with that. And I'm ashamed of our society.
Listen to this
and what
part.
they're doing.
The victim, along with the other Tesla owner who received a threatening note and text, have both now signed up for a gun safety course at a gun range north of Flagstaff. They tell us they don't feel safe right now and want to be able to protect themselves.
And there you have it.
Yeah.
Good for them. And, it's amazing because these people are so stupid. It's not like they haven't seen other people get busted for doing this and not realizing, oh, by the way, the Tesla cameras are going to record you, your car,
like,
your license plate.
Hello?
Yeah.
People are stupid.
That's called evidence in court.
Crazy.
Anyhow, so that's what I got. Kicking it over to KDJ.
All right, very good. Let's go over to KDJ, the host of the Kevin Downey Jr. Show, 9 to 11 weekday mornings on LI News Radio 103.9. And, of course, you see him here on Fridays and sometimes on a Monday as well. KDJ, what's going on?
Thank you, Big D. Well, Friday at the Americaverse warehouse, I mentioned that there were new laws. You can't own ninja swords in England. And I said, you watch, this is going to bite natural-born UK men more than anyone else. And wow, what do you know? Here it is. Actually, because it's April 1st in England. This is on right now. The Sentencing Council issued new guidelines for harsher penalties for white males over the age of 25 throughout England compared to individuals from ethnic, religious, or other minority groups, including women, particularly pregnant women. Keep an eye on that for a moment. So basically, this is what it is. This is racism. This is replacement. They're charging white men 25 and older. They're giving them more time in jail than they would anyone else. Anyone else. And why? Well, because apparently England's been racist for so long that they have to make up for it by imprisoning men who are white longer than they would anyone else. Keep in mind, folks, 82% of the world's terror attacks are not committed by white dudes from England. All right? That would be the religion of peace is blowing stuff up. Over 50% of the rapes and gang rapes in England, again, not white men from England. It's the same group. But this is a free pass. And as I said, whatever happens there will happen here in 5 years. Okay, I got it wrong again. We're releasing rapists. Boston got busted. They're just walking out. Illegal immigrants. One Haitian illegal immigrant raped a 15-year-old disabled girl. He got out for $500. So it's happening here, too. This is happening globally. That means the globalists are doing it. They're the ones, and it's not going to stop until they have to stop. And right now, there's nothing going on. Keir Starmer, he's the guy, he's the sitspinkler. Remember that word? It's a man who sits when he pees because he's less than a man. Keir Starmer, he's the one. His party said, we're not going to look into these ungodly rapes committed for 18 years by mostly 85% Pakistani Muslim dudes. They're not going to look into it. He's not doing anything about this. He made a little uproar. He said, well, maybe this is two-tiered justice. Well, actually, you had time to say something, but that time is gone. This rule is here to stay. The Sentencing Council said, nope, we don't need to make any revisions. This is the way it's going to be from now on. Welcome to England, unless you're a white guy from England. And check this out. This really... Oh, so there's a tax preparation company. They are called Jackson Hewitt. They were busted teaching illegal immigrants how to cheat the tax system. Keep in mind, illegal immigrants not supposed to be working. Well, most of them are not, and they're not filing taxes. But they had someone coaching people how to get a $14,000 tax refund. This is for illegal immigrants in New York City. They don't work. We're paying for everything they do. We're paying for their food. We're paying for their fancy hotel. We're paying for everything. And this woman working for Jackson Hewitt, passing out pamphlets to people in front of the Roosevelt Hotel, gave it to a journalist and snatched it back. But the journalist got another one, speaks Spanish, was able to translate it. They're referring to the Roosevelt Hotel as the new Ellis Island, which is weird because I don't remember people from Ellis Island coming in, getting paid, and being allowed to commit crimes with near impunity, which our invaders have been able to do, just like in the UK. But now you're going to see, watch the sentencing. They're coming after those horrific straight white men. Oh, I'm one of those. Despite my beautiful hair, I am completely straight. What? I am. What?
Nothing. Of course you are.
Remember, if you're drunk, it don't make you gay. That's what the truckers always tell me. And truckers would never lie. They keep the nation going.
Right.
They do.
You got a lot of truckers at your shows?
You know what? There's a bar between here and Michigan where Jessica and we stop. It's a truck stop, and there's a bar there, and we drink with the truckers probably 3-4 times a year, stopping there. But
very good.
And that's where he picked up that little bit of advice.
7 times.
Right.
I will wrap it up for a Monday, and we get back right after this.
down the court. Woof. It's like her legs in a cast. Oh man, what is she giving it up for? That shot was terrible. This game's got a good flow to it for USC so far. It's early, but they keep it close. Oof, that was another breaking for chicken. Chat.
They know.
Oh, Trump revealed feelings on Tiger Woods dating ex-daughter.
Oh, nice scoop.
Good Lord.
So did I tell you if my son plays club Sacred Heart?
Yeah.
One of the jobs club practice.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I know a kid that's doing that in Syracuse. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he might enjoy it. He might enjoy that. It might be fun.
Good luck to whoever do.
Oh, man.
I can't imagine that. Right?
I know a kid up at, I know one of the kids from Compswag is doing that.
Where?
For Syracuse? Yeah. He's like.
Oh, the Orangeman, huh?
He's like
Wow.
6'5", 6'6". He's just a big kid.
Yeah, how could they not smoke?
That's got to be fun. Got to be fun.
All right, chat. What's going on before we wrap up on a Monday? I want to thank everybody. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, comment wherever you're watching.
See, super chat, light super chat night tonight, but we had a few people that gave us super chats, which we're very grateful for.
CJ Moore said, "I was so happy to hear Rick Delgado with KDJ this morning."
Yeah, I caught I caught the best part of the show, the last 5 minutes.
Yeah,
it was
when we
great.
signed off.
So look, you've been on with KDJ though.
I was. I think I just happened to be there that day, and I just jumped on the show for the last 2 segments. I was at an event at the airport, and I jumped right in. It was fun.
You got to come next, D.
The YouTube chat is flying.
Big D doesn't do any more radio.
Damon, do we have I have an Epstein update.
Coming up right now.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Believe it or not. It's awesome.
It's like a blank check.
No, All right, 13th to the hour live from Studio 6B on a Monday night. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Of course, we'll be back each and every night. Friday, we'll be at the America's First Warehouse, 8 to 10, right here, Real America's Voice. Mike Crispy will join us on Friday night from the America's First Warehouse. He's the host of the brand new show called Last Call. Be right here on Real America's Voice, Saturdays at 8 p.m., so you don't want to miss that. He'll join us on Friday, so it'll be a fun Friday night over at the warehouse with Joe the Box and all of the great people over there as well. Should have the whole, I think we'll have the whole full cast there. So
full cast of characters?
Full cast of characters on Friday night. So we'll have some beats over there.
I'll sit in the cheap seats.
Maybe some bourbon for a slickster.
Yep, with the bourbon.
Let's do the news. And, of course, we got to start the news here on a Friday night with our Daily Epstein Update. Let's go to Rick Delgado with our Epstein update of the day. Rick Delgado, take it away.
All right, Damon. Well, I know you've been anxiously waiting for this all day, so let's get to it. Here's our daily update from the Attorney General herself, Pam Bondi.
Wow.
All right, there's your daily Epstein file update, arrest update for the Epstein files for today.
I don't know if you can read between the lines there.
For a Monday, March 31st.
Yeah.
We will,
nothing.
We will check back tomorrow, April 1st. You could imagine what the update will be tomorrow night on April 1st. But let's do the news and hear what that is, Rick Delgado. What else is going on?
All right, real quick, I got a couple of real quick clips here for you, Damon. Coming from the weekend shows with Leslie Stahl on 60 Minutes, of course, interviewing the some of the freed hostages that were taken hostage by Hamas when they invaded and terrorized the people of Israel. Here she is. This is this is Leslie being Leslie. Probably an example of the worst person in the world you could think of. Leslie Stahl, cut number 4. Here she is asking this one hostage about what it was like to, were they hungry or was everybody hungry? Were the hostage takers hungry? Watch this and then just try not to punch your TV. Cut 4.
The terrorists became very mean and very cruel and violent.
More so.
Much more so. They were beating me and starving me.
Do you think they starved you or they just didn't have food?
Oh.
No, I think they starved me, and they would often eat in front of me and not offer me food.
Ugh. Wow. That is the way the twisted, demented, poisoned mind of the left thinks. Were you being starved or were they starving right along with you? No. They were starving him on purpose, you dolt. Ugh. That, again, an example of the worst of humanity is right there in the decrepit face of Leslie Stahl. But she wasn't done yet. Here she is talking to freed hostage Yarden Bibas, trying to get him to say something negative about President Trump. But, of course, that didn't happen. Poor Leslie, let down once again. Sir, no. Leslie Stahl, everybody. Cut 7.
If you could say something to President Trump, what would you say?
Please stop this war and help bring all the hostages back.
And you think he can help?
I know he can help. I'm here because of Trump. I'm here only because of him.
Yeah. He's there only because of President Trump, because we all know President Walking Cadaver did nothing during the entire time when he was in office.
I mean, that question of hers is so vile. Mm-hmm. And just insidious. And it is amazing she has been allowed to do this for as long as she has. And nobody in her industry ever says boo about her behavior.
Because they all love that.
It is just stunning. Same thing with the Hunter Biden exchange she had with the laptop with Trump. The self-aggrandizing, self-importance. I know more than everybody. God, what a repulsive human she is.
Yeah. Totally disgusting.
This is their narrative, though. Remember, a Washington Post called al-Baghdadi an austere religious leader after Trump blew him into spare parts. And the first thing they said, and this is the guy who helped kill Americans.
Yeah.
This is their narrative, and they're not going to stick it up.
Nope.
They're not going to give it up.
Yeah. So that's what I got for you, Damon.
All right, Delgado, 9 minutes till the hour. Let's do a little more sports before we wrap it up, and then we'll see if KDJ has anything left on his radar here. Slick Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell, of course. LFS6B is the promo code to use. What else is going on in sports?
All right, BD, just one score update right now. UConn leading USC 26-19, 4:54 to go in quarter 2. Sarah Strong for the Huskies leading all scorers with 15 points. Pretty dominating game for that young lady. So 26-19, UConn looking to move on in the women's Final Four bracket. And it's all over in Austin, Texas. Travis County Center Rodeo Austin has wrapped up over the weekend. All-around cowboy is the great Stetson Wright. We know Stetson, $25,330 he picked up for saddle bronc and bull riding. Bareback final went to Tana Oss, 91 points on Diamond G Rodeo's Good Girl, $10,340 there. And steer wrestling, that went to Will Loomis, 3.8 seconds. Team roping went to Sile Dennison and Lane Mitchell, 4.9 seconds. Saddle bronc winner was Quentin Taylor, 90 points on Butler and Son Rodeos. Hammerstone tie down went to Tough Cooper, 8.5 seconds. Bull riding winner was Wacy Shala, 91.5 points on Butler and Son Rodeo. Gangster Walk, total payout on the rodeo, $556,660 buckaroos. And just one more, Big D. Trump says he gave Tiger Woods' blessing to date Vanessa Trump. Let them both be happy. Trump believes the Russia collusion investigation eroded the marriage between his son and Vanessa Trump. This is Jackson Thompson of Fox News reporting. President Donald Trump weighed in on the romance between his ex-daughter-in-law, Vanessa Trump, and his golf buddy, Tiger Woods, for the first time on Monday. Trump told reporters in the Oval Office that Woods reached out to the president months ago to inform him of the golfer's romance with Vanessa, and Trump gave his blessing. He told me about it, and I said, Tiger, that's good. That's good. I'm very happy for both, but they just let them both be happy. Let them both be happy. They are both great, Trump said. Trump also spoke spoke about Vanessa's previous marriage with his son Donald Trump Jr. and suggested that the Russia collusion investigation during the president's first term impacted the marriage. I happen to think the relationship with my son, I happen to think the relationship was hurt very badly by the witch hunt that went on, Russia, and all the crap that they put on through who knew nothing about it, Trump said. But Vanessa and Don have had a very good relationship. They have incredible children and five incredible children. They are all good athletes, all great students alike, right? And they broke up, quite a while ago, and which was to me very sad because I think they are both right. The Robert Mueller special counsel, well, we know all that, but President Trump weighing in on that. So he gave his blessing to Tiger Woods. So there we go, Big D. And that's a wrap in sports.
All right,
Back to you.
Very good. KDJ, anything else on your radar?
Yeah, this one really steams my clams. This is California, of course. They've got something now called the Luigi Mangione Access to Healthcare Act. Yep, and what this is, they're trying to make this a law that would ban any healthcare insurance company from they said that you can't delay, there's important words, delay, deny, or modify any medical procedure. In other words, they want to trans kids, and they don't want the healthcare companies to stop paying for it.
And they want to name it after a murderer.
They want to name it after a murderer, and they include the words delay, deny, because he scratched that onto some of the bullet casings. And it says you can't stop it. You can't delay or deny any procedure that could result in disability, death, amputation, permanent disfigurement, loss or reduction of any bodily function. So this is about transgender surgeries, without a doubt, and named after Luigi Mangione, who killed the CEO of that healthcare company, and the left made him a hero. Now they've got a future law named after him.
Unbelievable. One update from Doge. We saw that video to start hour 2. Doge tonight says, for the past 4 weeks, Social Security has been executing a major cleanup of their records. Approximately 9.9 million number holders, all listed age 120 plus, have now been marked deceased. Another 2 million to go. So some progress. As always, we salute our military, active and inactive, police, firefighters, first responders, EMTs, everybody on the front lines protecting us, all emergency personnel, all our truckers, all our farmers. Thanks, guys, on the show. Aaron Fran, great job as always. Most of all, thank you. Live from Studio 6B audience. We'll see you tomorrow night. Live from Studio 6B, 8 p.m. right here, Real America's Voice. We'll see you then.